Hello and welcome to Draft Night here at RealTime Fantasy Sports. We are live streaming the Champions Draft that we do every year here at RealTime Fantasy Sports, where we pit the best players on our site against each other. This year, we have all players ranked in the top 20 going against each other for this Champs Draft. It's a lot of fun. I'm joined by my son, Henry Paur and Logan Glaser as well. Big contributors on the site, both of them. Guys, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, Jeff. Good to be back in this league.
Yeah, it's always a tough league, Logan. It's extremely competitive. Some of the best owners on our site on it. And quite frankly, I've not fared well in this league. I've not done well at all. We've been doing it since 2011. I had to look it up. We've had one repeat champion since the league started. It's Rock Frost, one of the best owners on our site. He's actually won 3 times. And then several of these other owners have won, but I've never won. Logan, you've never won. I hate to say it. Henry, you have won, though. You won a couple of years ago. So you got that going for you.
You remember that.
Yeah, good stuff. So we're going to start this draft here. I'm going to bring it up so everybody can see it. I will read the order, and then I'll start the draft. So we have Quentin Fletcher, Ballbusters, picking first, then Rock Frost, then Henry, then Pete V, Fozzie Dog, Jeremy Brock, Todd Yost, Tommy Gunn, myself picking 8th. Not a fan of that. Logan, you're picking 9th right after me, so I can try to snipe you, and you can try to snipe me. It should be a lot of fun. And then we have Goodfellas picking 10th, Bubbles Army 11th, and Suncoast picking 12th, our friend Ralph Schiavon. So, quite frankly, there are Logan, if I look at this board before I start it, there's like 4 or 5 of our big-time champions. Am I correct?
There's a lot of $500,000 or 250, depending on the year.
Yeah.
Big PFC winners in here.
Yeah, some big-time players. So we are going to start the draft. Hopefully everybody's ready to go. I'm going to hit start with our new draft board. And Ballbusters gets the first pick. So it's going to go quick, 1.5 minutes per pick. Jameer Gibbs goes first. Not a surprise. Henry, you're the first of us on the clock here. So you get to pick 3rd. And also during this draft, too, if you have any questions or comments about anything going on here at RealTime Fantasy Sports, happy to answer them throughout the draft. Logan, he was one of the big people who spearheaded the complete redesign of our site here. He did a fantastic job. So we're going to let him talk about some of the features as well. But if you have any questions about any of that, Logan will be definitely happy to answer them for you. He knows this site in and out for sure. But Logan, pretty exciting though, all the changes we made.
It sure is. We're probably only about 1/3 of the way done with these changes. Overall, a lot are still coming. Our biggest change is coming in September. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's going to probably be one of our biggest items on the site. It has not been announced to anyone, so we're hoping to announce that in the next couple of weeks. But super excited about that. That kind of pushed this redesign across the site. I didn't announce about that, but for all of our fantasy football features, there are just so many more features and such a more modern look across the site.
I agree. And there's a lot of stuff that people may not be familiar with. And we'll let you talk about that a little.
Yeah, for sure. And there's so many different tools now. I'll go ahead and let Henry talk about his pick here with Jamar Chase. That's a good pick there.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, not much to say about a favorite receiver on the board there. I know some people may be a little sour on Puka after they said he may get suspended today. So
anxious to see when he goes.
Yeah, he just dropped because usually he goes right there at 4.
Yep. So Jonathan Taylor gets picked by Fozzie at 5. That's a guy I was kind of eyeing. So Jeremy stole him from me there. So that's a guy I don't have to worry about taking. Then Christian McCaffrey. And then I'm on deck after that. So they're going to leave me the choice to take Nakua. I can picture this happening already. What's everybody think?
Yeah.
Are you taking him? Oh, I was going to say. If you got Nakua at 8, I would be.
Yeah, I would have taken.
He only misses 1 game. I mean, still Puka Nakua.
Exactly. Yeah, I could go several different routes here, but I'm still bullish on the running back position, and I think Ashton Genty and with Clint Kubiak there is going to have a huge year. So I'm going to go ahead and draft him. So Logan.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he fell to me there. I do not like this spot at all with the chain Jefferson Amon right here. Also got CD Lamb down there, so I've got a couple different options here.
You're normally you like to go receiver early a lot.
I do. Kind of being on this kind of wraparound can kind of get one of each. Kind of would be eyeing with that, but I'm gonna go with the chain here. I don't like that spot. It'll be interesting to see how Justin Jefferson does with Kyler Murray at QB.
Mm-hmm.
They also bring in Jawan Jennings, a wide receiver. I might take a target or two away, but
I hear you. Henry and I were just talking about A-Chain, and we both like him. I am a tad worried about what Malik Willis does when he, gets knocked out of the pocket. Is he going to run or dump the ball off? I do worry about A-Chain losing some touches in that aspect, but I still think he's going to get a ton of work. That offense is not going to be the best, and he's clearly the best playmaker. So I think I have him ranked higher than most on this site. So I'm bullish on him. I know some people aren't quite as high, but I still think he's going to have a good year.
I think he's going to. I mean, Malik Willis, we had to think is going to be a bigger upgrade than Tua was last year, and Quinn Ewers. So I'd have to think that they're going to move the ball a little better, and if they're going to want to win games, they're going to have to feed Devon Achane the ball.
Yes,
true statement. So
which
after
they will not be winning many games.
No, they might not. Yeah, that receiver core. Oof. James Cook goes after your A-Chain pick to Goodfellas, then Amon-Ra St. Brown, CD Lamb, Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson. So Logan and I are coming up again here in a minute. I love Chase Brown this year. It's one of my targets, and he goes to Ralph there at the end of the first round and the start of the second round. So that's a good little stack there for Ralph. Brad Petrie, he went receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson. I'm sure he's happy with that combo also. Pretty good little duo there. So, Ralph.
Dang it, I was eyeing Hampton right there as well to go double running back to start. Let's see what we got here.
You got all sorts of different ways you can go here, Logan. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I feel like every time I do this draft, I'm talking and I'm not paying attention to what the heck's going on, and maybe that's why I never make the playoffs. I'm going to use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going wide receiver here with Drake London.
All right, Drake London.
Got two good running backs still on the board there.
Yeah. I'm going to pivot and go running back again. Guy that did not have a good year last year, but
Saquon Barkley.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, Henry. So I took Saquon. Gives me Genty and Barkley. So I got young and old on my roster.
It'll be interesting to see how that Philadelphia offense is this year without A.J. Brown.
So someone's actually asking in the comments, first time watching your platform, which contest is this? So this actually, normally we do stream a big contest like we've been doing the Fantasy Life Championship every week. Every Thursday we normally do that, which is our $500,000 contest. And there's always a ton of people that enjoy watching that, see what these drafters are doing to help you get ready. But this is just a standard league that we do on the site every year. It's called the Champs League. If you weren't there for the top of the show, I explained it. But these are the top rated owners on our site. So these are the best of the best at RealTime Fantasy Sports. And this is that draft that we do every year. Done it since 2011. I like to do it. We just like to, showcase our best owners and let them in this league for free. And we give away a little prize to the winner also.
Yeah, I would say everyone in this draft has probably done at least 100+ drafts except us three.
Yeah, they have. You're right.
That's usually the case with this.
So when Fozzie's going to pick again here, 7 picks away, and then after that I'm going to bring him on and let him talk about the start to his draft. And I'm just going to give him a heads up here because he is in the stream with us right now. So AJ Brown went after my Barkley pick, then Kenneth Walker, Trey McBride, Derrick Henry, and then Henry, you took Malik Neighbors. You go the 2 LSU receivers. Talk me through those picks.
Yeah, I'm going to buy into Malik Neighbors training camp hype at the moment with him looking very healthy. We know what he is when he's healthy. He's going to be the alpha in that offense in the receiving game. new offense. Dart looked good last year. I mean, I'm just going to buy into it here. If I can have 2 elite number 1 receivers, I'll take that chance.
I'll be honest with both of you guys. I was super close to taking Kenneth Walker with my pick. I'm buying the Kansas City hype with him, and I almost took him over Barkley. I hope I don't regret that. I'm buying into Barkley being a new offense, having better running scheme, but man, I hope I don't regret not taking Walker. You guys feeling good about Walker at all this year?
I am. I was hoping he kind of fell to me there. I really wanted to buy into that. I just think that offense is going to be a lot better this year. I mean, we've never really seen Kansas City with a run attack like what they may have this year with Kenneth Walker, mainly because they never pay running backs or use high draft capital on one. So it's kind of exciting to see what that could be this year. And we know what's probably already going to be a high-scoring offense.
Exactly. So we're seeing some tight ends fly off the board now. Trey McBride goes to Fozzie, and then Brock Bowers in the second round as well. And then Colston Loveland at the start of the third. Might be as soon as I've seen him go. But when you're picking on the turn like that, guys, like you don't know what's going to be left when you pick again. So sometimes you got to reach a little earlier for a position.
Correct. Yeah, coming back around, probably not getting Loveland there.
I don't mind it because you get that first pick and you get that sure thing in Gibbs, who is the number 1 player on most people's board, or number 2. So you can go ahead and look at some of those other positions. I have a feeling he's probably going to wait on running back and try to, find a number 2 back later in the draft and then load up on receiver with these next few picks. So interested to see how his roster plays out. I'm not familiar with ball busters. Most of these guys in the league, actually every person in this league but him.
He's a big time dynasty guy. There's 2, okay. I think 2 of these users are 75 plus dynasty.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's one thing I absolutely love about this community, though, guys. Like Logan, you'll attest to this. Like we literally know these people, and I think it's awesome too. I know a lot of these guys, they get together throughout the country and meet up with each other and draft as well, which I just think is really cool. And I don't think other sites are like that.
I've actually got to meet a couple of these drafters in here, 3 or 4, I believe.
Yep.
So
Henry's showing his homerism there, taking Jeremiah Love.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, out of the guys left, I'm not the biggest fan of Josh Jacobs right now. I mean, I'm worried about he's going to probably get at least this. I think he's going to be spending maybe 1 game. I don't know yet though, but I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I think Love has tremendous upside. He's a 3rd overall pick on him. He's going to get a ton of work. I'm not buying that Algier is going to steal a ton of touches. I'm just going to go all in on Love here.
So Henry went to high school with Jeremiah Love. That's the backstory here. He was not in the same class, but he went to high school with Jeremiah Love.
He had 5 touchdowns in the state championship game.
There you go. All right, Fozzie, I'm going to bring you up and get you on here. Jeremy, how's it going, my friend? He's trying to unmute, I think. Fozzie, can you hear us? Jeremy?
He might be on mute. Oh.
We got you on, my friend. I think you're still muted. Can you? I can't hear him. My pick's up. We'll see if he comes through. All right, I'm going to go with, I know a lot of people, again, this is another guy I feel like I'm higher on the most, but I like Chris Olave. I think that offense is going to be great. I know Jordan Tyson's there. I'm going to take Olave as my first receiver.
Yeah, I had him queued up as my top receiver left, but I'm glad you left him, and I will be going Javonte Williams with that to fill out that running back spot.
I think Fozzie was having some technical difficulties, unfortunately. We'll bring up, you know what we'll do? We'll bring up, let's see.
We got a couple people in.
We got a couple more at the end there. We got Suncoast is down there. He picks on the end, so we'll let him make his 2 picks, and we'll bring Ralph up and let him talk to us. Ralph's always good to have on. Logan, who'd you take? Javonte Williams.
I took Javonte.
Safe pick. I think he's got a great floor. Not not much to worry about with him.
Yeah, he was a steal last year with where he was being
Yeah,
drafted for being a starting running back for the Cowboys.
Not this year. So the picks were in this third round: Colston Loveland, George Pickens, Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall, Rashee Rice, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams, Chris Olave, and then Logan, you took Javonte Williams. I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary with any of these picks, quite frankly.
Mm-mm.
The Loveland pick was
a little early
out of ADP, but
yeah, he wasn't going to be there when he picks again. You know, if he waited for him round 4, I don't think he would have been there at the end of round 4. I hate to say it. So you get why he picked him. You guys happy with your start, or anything you regret at this point?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think my draft position, I'm not the biggest fan of being in that spot.
No. You always hit that button, and you never know what's going to happen. I will say the one year in this, I got the first pick, and I hit it again because I didn't want people to think I was being biased.
It's probably the year CMC didn't play at all and he went number 1.
Exactly. So Ralph, he takes Emeka Buka, and now he's up again. So Devonta Smith. I love Quinshon Judkins this year. He went after your pick of Javonte Williams, but I think he's going to have a huge year as well. I know that offense is not very exciting, but I still think he's going to have a big year.
You get that Todd Monken run game.
Exactly. And Ralph goes Zay Flowers. I'm going to bring Ralph up right now. Ralph, can you hear me, my friend?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, I can hear you. Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
So you had the last pick, CeeDee Lamb, then you go Chase Brown, Emeka Buka, and Zay Flowers. Can you talk me through those picks to start your draft?
Well, my buddy who picks in front of me knows my picks. He's picked both of my picks in front of me. I mean, he does it every time. He doesn't play by the rules, you know. And, you know, I wanted Devontae Smith. He wouldn't let me have him. You know, I wanted I also wanted I couldn't believe he got Amon St. Brown pick 11. That was a steal. So anyway, I'm happy with CeeDee Lamb and Chase Brown. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a good year this year. I'm not so sure how well the Cowboys are going to run the ball. And, Abuka should have it, you know. Then I got to the best two. I wasn't too crazy about the running backs that were left. I mean, I would rather pick Abuka and Flowers, which I know these guys have got, you know, some upside and some floor. So kind of rounds out my wide receivers and my flex. So, you know, I'm just trying to, at this point, I'm just trying to pick the best available, and I'll start filling in later.
Yeah, for sure. My pick's up right now, so give me 1 second, and then I got another question for you. I'm going to take another receiver. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson in that explosive Jets offense. So, Ralph, you've done a lot of drafts already, I know. What's your feeling on these early drafts that we've done? What are you seeing? What's your kind of early impressions of how fantasy drafts are going this year?
It's a lot different this year. Running backs on this site are like primo, almost to the extreme. And then quarterbacks going late. I mean, I've been getting Lamar Jackson in the 8th. I mean, it's been, the quarterbacks are not going quick. I mean, there's a plethora of quarterbacks. So I've done mostly the old TFCs. Yeah, I do a lot of high stakes. I know Rock does too. So they're a little different kind. That's pretty much all I've been doing. But I've done a lot of them, and that's what I see. I see guys taking kickers and defenses early, especially defenses. I can't understand why they take defenses. You don't get that many points on this site. What do you get? Lucky you get 2 or 3 points. And see guys picking them in the 14th round, but that's those guys. That's kind of what I've seen. I've seen running backs go, it's completely different than it was last year. Of course, a lot of wide receivers got hurt. A lot of guys. I really got hurt last year. So wide receiver heavy. I mean, the worst year I ever had. So I'm mixing it up this year. This year I'm just trying to mix up all my lineups. I went too heavy on some guys last year. So you try to live and learn a little bit. But
that's what I was actually going to ask you that, because you talked about how running backs have been really kind of heavy, and on our side at least. And I was wondering what your strategy has been with that. Are you trying to zig when people are
no
when people are zig, but you're
I definitely am trying to get a stud.
Okay.
One of my first two picks has got to be a bell cow. I mean, I'm happy with Chase Brown. He doesn't have much competition behind him. He's in a prolific offense. He catches passes, and they didn't use him. Samati P. Ryan was in there 40% of the time last year. Chase Brown, people don't know, was only in there for 60%. So they use him 75, 80%. He should have a better year. So kind of high on Brown. I think CeeDee Lamb has still got a lot of juice in the tank. Ibuka, everybody's high on Ibuka, but I'm from Tampa area. He should be good. Baker will be good this year. He's kind of an unknown. Flowers, I think it's very solid. I think it gets better every year. I think Jackson's going to have. I think Baltimore's going to have a pretty good year. Their offense is going to run. They were banged up all over the place last year. Lamar was banged up. The offensive line was banged up. So we'll see.
So being a seasoned veteran of our site, one of the top players, is there any advice you have to somebody who, drafts on our site? Anything that you can give just maybe of somebody who's not as hardcore player as a lot of people in this draft? Do you have any advice you might give a drafter here at RealTime Fantasy?
Yeah, I'll give you the same advice Brad will give them, or Rock. It's the same thing. You go in there. I know both those guys well. I've drafted with them for years. I know they go in there with, like I do, with a cheat sheet, and it changes daily. I know they change it daily. I know Rock changes his daily. I change mine daily. What's nice is even when I'm doing live events elsewhere, I use the site to rank. You can rank your players.
Yep.
It's been one of the features for a long time. You guys have had some good features. So you can go in there and you can rank your players.
Yep.
And so I mean that's a real advantage that they can use, and also they could probably use some of the other features that the site has that they have. I'm not even talking about the new site. I'm talking about just stuff that's from the old site that's going to carry over.
Yeah.
So there's some things there that they can certainly utilize.
All right, Ralph. Well, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to come on with us. It's always great to hear from you. Picks coming up here in a little bit, and we got several people also waiting to join us. So again, Ralph, great to see you, and thanks a lot for being a part of this once again.
All right, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
Good to see you, Ralph.
You bet. Take care, guys.
You might even add a couple of people. We got a whole list of people lined up.
We got people lined up. I'm going to see who's when did they pick last, so I can make sure I don't mess with their pick. So Todd, he just picked. So after I pick, I'm going to bring Todd Yost up here and get him on. He actually won last year, if I'm not mistaken. He's a great player on our side as well. He won one of our big contests, right?
Yes, I believe he did. Let me see what year that was. It wasn't last year, was it? No.
He's a great player, though. And my pick's coming up. Again, I lose my train of thought. I got these people on the air, and I'm talking to them, and Lamar Jackson just went. T. Higgins, Travion Henderson. That's who I was going to take. It does that. There is a running back cliff for sure. Don't you guys think? Like,
I agree.
We're at that point now,
sure
where it's
that point right now. You gotta.
Price isn't a bad selection here. But
yeah, I thought about him here as well. And again, it's just
that's going to be the biggest question mark backfield of like how that comes about. They think Price is looking pretty good so far, but then there's also rumors that they're going to do 3 running back split share.
I know.
You do not want that for your back going in the 5th round.
My only thing is with all the people that lost in free agency, I don't see why you don't pick a running back in the 1st round and not use him a ton.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'm not going to take him.
Wow. After all that.
We got so many receivers here to pick from, but I'll go ahead and I'll take Jameson Williams. Hopefully he can keep it up. All right, I'm going to bring up Todd now. Todd, you're on, my friend. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Always great to talk with you. Let's see the start of your draft. You had the sixth pick. Yeah. You got Christian McCaffrey, then Kenneth Walker, who I was talking about who I wanted, Nico Collins, DJ Moore, and Lamar Jackson. Talk about the start to your draft. You happy with how it's played out, picking from the middle there?
Depends. Do I get Christian McCaffrey from last year or Christian McCaffrey from 2 years ago?
That's a great question.
I don't know, man. I think sometimes you just gotta pull the Band-Aid off and hope for the best. You know what I mean? So, it really comes down to that for me. I mean, everything else I like, but McCaffrey is the ultimate wild card every year. I think we had this conversation last year when you and I did the running back stuff. Yeah, the preview last year, and he turned out pretty good last year. So I'm hoping to get 80% of that. I'll take it.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about DJ Moore in the 4th round. I feel like I'm a little more bullish on him than others. What's your thoughts on him for the coming year? You got him in the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, I think pairing him up with Josh Allen is a no-brainer for both of those guys. I mean, he's still got a ton of juice left. I mean, I was watching an interview with him today on Inside Training Camp, and they've been showing plays he's been making in training camp, and the guy's a great receiver. I mean, and I think he's still got plenty left, and in the 4th round or wherever I got him at, I don't even know where I would. It's the 4th round, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. I probably would have taken him a round earlier if Nico Collins wouldn't have been there.
Like Ralph, who we just talked to, I know you've done a lot of drafts as well. What spots are you enjoying picking in at this point? Like, is there any position that you feel like your teams have turned out better than others, or anything?
Yeah, I mean, give me one of the top 3 for sure. Because again, I know you're guaranteed to get a elite stud no matter who you get. You know what I mean? I've seen some drafts where Chase goes first. Not as many, but a few, and then the running backs drop. But I'm happy to take Bijan, Gibbs, or Chase and build from there, because I feel like that's the easiest way to win when you get one of the uber elite, top tier guys of it doesn't matter what position. They're just like the superstars of the league. So
I don't know if you heard when we were talking to Ralph, but I asked him about kind of early impressions of the drafts so far this year. What's some of your early impressions? What have you been seeing maybe that's different from last year?
Well, I think a lot of people bought it back into the running back theory. That's for sure. I mean, and including myself, I look up in a lot of these TFC drafts and look at myself, and I got 4 running backs in the first 6 picks or something like that. And I'm like, what did I just do? Got both my flexes and both my starting running backs, and I got a receiver and a tight end or something. So, but I like the builds they come out with, you know what I mean? And I like to have the depth at running back, because obviously you get a lot of, it's probably a bigger attrition, getting hurt kind of position than like receiver or I guess not quarterback. Quarterbacks are getting hurt all the time. Hopefully not Lamar this year, but we'll see. I remember when I sniped Henry last year for Burrow, that didn't work out too good for me.
Let me see. My pick's up right now. I'm trying to debate decisions. That running back position sure dried up in a hurry.
It always does. That's why I'm taking 4 in the first 6 picks or something in those CFC drafts.
That's what happened with me in this one. I got 4 in the first 5.
Use my strategy, Logan. That's
exactly. I was copying it.
I'm going with Harold Fannin, so I'm big on him this year. I think the quarterback position can't be any worse than it was last year, and he was good last year. So I'm buying into hype for him. Todd,
I have a ton of him too.
Yeah. Your pick's up right now. After you pick, I'll ask you another question, and I'll let you get out of here and get back to the draft. Guys, Logan, let's see. You took Michael Wilson.
I took Michael Wilson, so he's my number 2 wide receiver, which I've got 4 running backs besides him.
I'm starting to think that I should have taken a third running back instead of Chris Olave. Live and learn. You took Brian Thomas there, Todd. Talk to me about that pick.
Well, I mean, I like it, but I think Parker Washington's getting a lot of hype right now too. But I know Brian Thomas has it in him. Jacoby Myers, I think, is a solid 3, but I'll be honest with you, I think it's going to be Thomas and Washington probably driving the passing game. Mm-hmm. Maybe some Brenton Strange a little bit, throw a little bit of him in there, tight end. But I would take either one of them at that point, as far as it goes, Washington or Thomas. I think, again, just depends how you want to build your team. Like I said, I went real heavy on running backs on all those other teams, and I only got 2 running backs in this league. So, but I think running backs got sucked up pretty early. So just trying to take the best player available, which is pretty much the strategy I use in every draft. looking at my guys and who I want and how I'm building the team. So
I wanted to ask you too about your Lamar Jackson pick. New offense, new coach. I think it's getting some hype. Do you think this is a good rebound season for him this year? You think he can get it going?
yeah, I absolutely do. I mean, he's playing for money. So when you're playing for a contract, you're, even though he's his own agent, the guy's 2 years removed from an MVP. You know what I mean? So he got banged up last year. I mean, he was the second round pick in a lot of drafts that I did last year. So I feel like getting him in the fifth is stealing if he's even 90% of what he was a couple years ago. So I think he's probably not going to run as much. I think he'll still run more than he did last year, but I'll take, the upgrades I think they've made at some of the receiver positions. I like a lot of Jacoby Lane's getting a lot of hype, the rookie they drafted in the third round, and they still have weapons. And again, I think he's going to run way more than he did last year. So if he gets back up to 500-600 yards rushing and 6 or 7 touchdowns on top of 30 in the air, I'll take it.
Todd, I was trying to give you your due before I brought you on. You won one of our big contests. Am I correct? Which one was that?
Yeah, I won the postseason shootout a couple years ago.
That's it.
Finished fifth last year. I almost won last year. It was a Ramondre Stevenson or Trey Henderson. Like I was flipping those guys in and out of different teams I had, and I just had the wrong one on the team I had that was the best. I think I lost. I mean, I finished fifth by 13 points or something. If I would have had Stevenson, I would have won going away. But that's how the bubble bounces.
That's awesome. Well, Todd, great hearing from you as always. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by with us, and good luck this coming season.
Yeah, you guys too.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, he's a good owner. He's very good on here too. He should do his own podcast or something. He does a good job. He's good knowledge of information from Todd there. He took Isaiah Likely. I almost took him as well instead of Fannin. That was my debate. Guys, that running back spot, it's crazy. It's gotten bad. My pick coming up here. Tommy Gunn's on now. He has 3 running backs.
What are your thoughts on RJ Harvey?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Because it's him and kind of Dobbins splitting that backfield for Denver.
It just worries me. I just don't like the situation, the 3-headed monster right now, because even Jonah Coleman's getting talked about. And Dobbins is hurt a little bit now, so that's the only positive. I might reach a little for this running back, but I feel like he's the best option in this offense. So I want to get a third back. I'm going to take Jordan Mason.
That came with my last pick.
Doesn't catch the ball. What's he have? 5 catches in his career. But I got to do something. I got to get some depth there. I love the fact that I have 2 bell cows to start my draft, but it got bad there after that. So that's my pick there. Now you're up, Logan. Let's see the draft board. Oh, Swiper. I can bring him up now. I can bring Swiper up. Swiper, are you good to come on? I'm going to bring you up right now. You hear me, Rock?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, my friend?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, aloha. I'm hanging out in Hawaii.
Nice. I was mentioning, Rock.
Henry, Logan, how's it?
Good. How are you? I'm jealous.
Right on. Good to be back in this league.
I was mentioning you're the only repeat champion of this league. You actually won 3 times. So good work there.
Yeah, it's worth the bragging rights,
It is. It's the best of the best.
A lot of diehards, like Ralph and Foos, Fozzie. These guys, I've been drafting against them for years. And it's a camaraderie and a rivalry. It's been a really good going up against these best players. These are some of the best players in the world, and it's always I always try to keep up with what's going on. Like Ralph said earlier, it's changing every day. There's so much information, and if you don't stay on top of it, you're behind.
Well, talk to me about your draft so far. Are you happy with how it's turned out? You got the second pick, and then
it's a single flex. Normally, I wait forever on a tight end, but with single flex and Bowers was there, that was just jumped out at me. Like I got to grab that. and then kind of build around that. So, it's really hard to take both QB and tight end early. So, but you can do one or the other, in my opinion. So I'm going to have to wait on QB a while. But, I got a fabulous start. We got 3 really great guys to start. And then you can never have enough running backs. I like Henry's pick there with the Manana guy. He was one of my favorites last year. Yeah, he's going to be a beast. And, in this format, you can never have too many running backs from what I have learned.
So you had the second pick, and did you have any debate at all with taking Chase there, or was it Bijan all the way?
No. I did a draft last night where I got the 3-hole, and I was real happy to get Chase. I think I was one of the few Chase I've gotten all year. But you get a chance to, I wanted to get one Chase, but I mean, if I could only have one or the other, I'm taking Bijan. He was my anchor last year for the winning ticket.
Yeah, you had another great year again. I mean, what's your preparation like? I'd like to tell the users out there.
You'd be amazed. I spent a lot of time doing my own ranks. It's put in a lot of time looking at what everybody's looking at, and then giving it my own little twist. And then I do my numbers, and I try to stay true to them. Sometimes I don't even believe my own numbers, and you find yourself reaching down your list because you just got a emotional feeling. Sometimes you got to block that out and say, no, your homework said this, so believe in your process.
When you've won a lot of our big contests, you've been a great player, won a lot of leagues as well. When you leave a draft, is there ever a time where you're like, this is a championship team, I feel great about this team, or is it I mean, I'd like to just know if that happens to you ever, because I know you're in a lot of drafts, you won a lot. You ever get that feeling at all when you leave one that, man, I nailed it? I can't hear him. Did he freeze up? I think he might have froze up. I hate to say it. Can you hear us at all, Rock? Well, I can hear you now. I think
you kind of broke up on me there. What'd you say, Jeff?
Well, I was asking.
Yeah. I was just trying to look at my cue here.
I got you. You've won a lot of big contests and a lot of leagues.
Let me get my pick in here.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll let you pick twice here shortly, so I'll let you get your pick in before I ask you another question. You took Godwin with your last pick. Right now you got 3 receivers, 3 running backs, and a tight end. Henry, you just took Josh Downs. And Logan, this round, you took Jaden Daniels. You went QB. I took Cortland Sutton. Let's see what Rock does here with his pick. I don't know what I want to. It seems like a lot of people are waiting on that. Actually, 5 QBs are off the board now. I see.
They definitely go later on RTSports compared to other sites. It
was interesting to see that. It is. You do have to know your sites. Like the ADP is widely available for all the major sites out there. So I highly suggest if you're on other leagues on other sites to make sure you're up to date on that. So Rock takes Zach Charbonnet. I'll let him pick again because he's on the clock. Jonah Coleman and Chris Rodriguez go to the Ball Busters team. He's got 4 running backs right there. I mean, I kind of like what he's done with his team, quite frankly, guys. Out of that first hole, he went and got the number 1 QB. He's got an elite tight end.
You get the number 1 probably running back and quarterback. Loveland's got high upside.
Yeah, he's going to need those receivers to hit, though. All right, Rock, you took Zach Charbonnet and Caleb Williams. Talk to me about those picks.
He's not in
he's
here.
Gone. All right. I was looking at the board, and I didn't see him. We lost him. Rock's a great there he is. He's back.
Yeah, sorry there. I got stuck up on the clock there.
Oh, no, you're all good. I was just asking, talk to me about those last 2 picks, Zach Charbonnet, Caleb Williams. How'd you decide on that?
Well, again, it's a single flex, so I could have waited on quarterback, but Caleb's a great quarterback. So, I figured, like, why not pull the trigger? I didn't see anybody else I really had to have there, although there was I had many people ranked above Caleb, but I just felt like this fills in my lineup pretty solid right now. I got to work on my bye weeks a little bit. I did kind of reach also on Charbonnet there, but the reports I'm hearing is that he might only be out like 6 weeks instead of 10 right now.
Yeah.
So I just think there's so much upside with him that it was worth the gamble here. To win this league, I think you got to have a few cards up your sleeve, and he'd be one of them. That there's so much upside there, and with only 16 bench spots, there's going to be pretty fat waivers in this league. So I'm not too worried about picking up a bye week or a player off of waivers for a bye week in this format. So that allowed me to splurge a little bit with Charbonnet there.
My pick's up now, and I'm really trying to debate on what to do here. Holy cow. I guess I will go with decisions. I might just be smart. I'm going to take Aaron Jones, so that way I got both Minnesota backs on my roster. We only start 2 receivers in this league and 1 flex as well, so I'll go that route. Logan, you're on the clock.
This is a pretty hard spot, I feel like.
Yeah.
Players left on board.
Rock, I've kind of been asking everybody this that's come on so far, but what are you seeing in these early drafts? You've done a lot so far. What stands out to you maybe that no one has said yet that's been on? Anything particular? Oh, I think he froze up again. Oh, Rock. You hear me now, Rock? You hear me now?
Was that to me?
Yeah, I was asking you.
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's that here? Let me look at that board here.
What has stood out to you in kind of early drafts so far? I've kind of asked everybody that. Maybe something that you might be able to add that no one has said yet.
I'm surprised that there's a lot of really interesting rookie running backs that, as opposed to years past, they're really not getting pushed up the board much. So there's a whole lot of nice handcuff running backs cheap this year. Usually the rookie running backs get priced up a little steeper, and kind of similar with the rookie wide receivers. I see them as a value this year, as opposed to years past. If you wanted, to get one of these top guys, you had to go out there and reach for them, like 6th, 7th rounds, to get those number 1 or 2 ranked players. This year, it's it's Tate and then Tyson, and then it's nobody for quite a way. So good value there. That's what I've seen in these early drafts, is that as opposed to years past, the rookies are not getting moved up as fast.
Yeah, usually there's always a couple rookies that are hot names, but you're right. There isn't really any of those standout rookies for the most part. Brock, I appreciate you taking the time to come on.
Right on. Thanks, guys. It's a pleasure. Good luck to you all. Look forward to having a good season.
You too.
Aloha.
See ya. All right. The great Rock Frost. He's won several of our big time contests. Great player, great guy as well. Out there in Hawaii. Must be nice. I don't know what today here in St. Louis. We're all in St. Louis. It was like 110 on the heat index. Beautiful out there, wasn't it, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Great weather.
And it's going to be like that for the next week.
Oh, God. I feel like my draft's gone off the rails here a little bit, guys. I'm really kind of.
It's hard to pay attention to the stream and
it is.
And
I mean, Aaron Jones in the 9th round is not a great pick, but with everybody's been waiting on a QB, and I feel like some of these other guys are going to get pushed up because of that. So my pick's up next. That's why I waited on a QB, because only 2 people behind me didn't have a starter, and I liked the options behind me. So I'm going to go ahead and take Trevor Lawrence as my starting quarterback. He was QB4 last year, so I'm happy with that.
People seem to forget that, and the offense probably going to be better this year, in my opinion.
Both you guys have QBs. Henry, you took Justin Herbert, one of your favorite targets, and Logan has Jaden Daniels, and I got Trevor Lawrence.
There's so many different quarterbacks with upside this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a super deep position, and it's always interesting. I always like to see how these guys attack it, because these guys are in tons of drafts, and I like to know what they're doing when they draft. So Fozzie sent me a message, says he's fixed his mic, so I will let him pick, and then I will bring him up. He took Patrick Mahomes. All right, Fozzie, can you hear us now, my friend?
I can hear you. Can you hear me this time?
Awesome, yep. I can hear you. Yes, for sure. Good to see you, as always.
Good. I got a new web camera, and this is the first time using it out, so I didn't have that portion turned on yet.
Even better.
Looks good.
Looking good. So you had the fifth pick. You got Jonathan Taylor. Then you went Trey McBride, Rashee Rice, Bashal Tutin, T. Higgins, Jonathan Brooks, Alec Pierce, Quentin Johnston, Sam Laporta, Patrick Mahomes. So we're through 10 rounds. What are you feeling right now? You feeling good about your team?
It's pretty much even built, skipping around on the players, so it's not all too much at once. So it's not running back heavy, wide receiver heavy. It's a little bit of each position with some depth in it. Waiting on quarterback, of course. Pair him with Rashee Rice there, so it has some kind of combo to it. As Rock said, in this kind of format, being a single flex, I like the higher tight end to make up that position a little bit better. So, like when he's seen Bowers, I seen McBride make it down. I thought there'd be still a lot of other stuff to pick up because you ain't got that extra flex spot to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, him was right on the same page on that one when it came down. And so far, I think the Jonathan Taylor, if he's Jonathan Taylor, he'll be a top 5 back or so, like every time. Tutin, we'll find out what happens with him overall if he loses any touchdowns to Rodgers.
Yeah,
and then, let's see. On the clock real quick.
Picks up right now. I'll let you make your pick. Henry, you took Mark Andrews. You went tight end. So you waited on a tight end, then you doubled up on it.
The 2 guys I like later in draft.
There you go.
One at Algier. I debated taking him before Kincaid, and then right away Frost took him from me.
Shocking.
I'm going to do this one early just for the hell of it. I normally would never take this. No, I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to wait on this one. I'm going to go ahead and take this player. See if the other one comes back to me. I don't want to go early on a pick. I'm just going to go with the wide receiver and take up Romeo Doubs. He's going to have a pretty decent year with Drake May throwing to him. He's going to be kind of touchdown dependent, but overall he'll have some pretty big scores if he's tied to the team. He'll be a good flex in if I have to use him.
I know you've done a lot of drafts already, Jeremy, so talk to me about some of your guys. Who are some of the guys that you've kind of been targeting? I mean, obviously, you don't have to talk about any guys that you haven't picked yet, but
right.
Guys that have gone, you can go ahead and let us know who are some of your guys. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I'm over 300 drafts just on this site so far. So I'm creeping around 450 or 500 for the year so far. Let's see. A couple of players I do like. Kenneth Walker, as you guys were saying earlier, he walks into just a good spot altogether. I probably like him before Barkley. But Barkley, just because he has kind of a down year, doesn't mean that he's not going to be the guy again that, just, like I think it was Yost that said, pull the Band-Aid off and forget about it and see what it gives you. Like he was saying with CMC, is he getting the one from 2 years ago or not?
Exactly.
Scadaboo, I like. I don't know if he's going to end up with a little bit of timeshare this year. I'm like last year, but I still like him. I've never really liked Breece Hall's situation. I think Henry did good with the Jeremiah Love pick. I like the Magan kid, but I can see why everybody likes the talent that he has. I just think Swift still has the reins for another year. Just kind of more picking on some running backs there, but when it comes down to some wide receivers, DJ Moore is going to have a big year with Allen for sure. His best quarterback he's probably played with. And I don't see Ted McMillan having the. I see regression out of him actually.
Okay.
And I see somebody like. Well, we'll see if this player's been picked yet. That player hasn't been picked, so I ain't going to mention him. But I'm interested to see how the Alec Pierce and the Josh Downs situation ends up. Pierce just got his second ankle injection, and Downs is in a good position, but there's a lot of reception targets to go to somebody over there. Maybe even some of those fall into Taylor's lap. I'm not really quite sure where all the targets are going to go yet, but there's players I do like. I can say somebody I probably haven't drafted much this year is like Terry McLaurin. I'm not a fan. I let everybody else take him, but there's nothing wrong with him. He's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I got him on a couple of teams. You got to get a little bit of everybody, but he's not one of the people I'm drafting over and over.
So with all the drafts you've done, this is a question I'd like to ask you. What have been the best ways for you that when you come out of the draft, what do you feel best about when you attack it? Like going running back early or going receiver early? What have been your favorite builds? What do you think has worked well for you?
Running back early this year gives you a little bit bonus, but you always end up still getting second, third, fourth, and all the other positions. So you're really loaded there, but you're just praying that all your other positions hit on. So when you're taking one position over the other positions, you're going to be good in the running back position, but you got to hit on every other position at that time point afterwards and make sure those guys are filling in properly. Mm-hmm. So it's a risk-reward situation. You feel safe in one aspect, but are you really getting the top aspect of everything that you need? So, I mean, as I say, do all the builds that you can, build them all different ways, because which the recipe for each year changes.
Yep.
Last year, Rock did it with a nice strategy, but every single year has been different, and it comes down to the last 3 weeks. So on the big tournaments, at least.
Yeah.
On the other ones, you can play them a little bit safer. It depends on which style tournament you're going to be in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of the Fantasy Life Championships here, so with the double flex there and knowing you got the last 3 weeks to make the big move, I mean, really any of those guys can kind of come out with the big week. Last year it was Pitts having those 40 and 50-point games, but any of the 4 or 5 tight ends, Harold Fanning or any of those, Tyler Warner could have been any of those guys that did it. So if you had the right recipe with that player in there, you definitely did well. So if you had Pitts in there, I think Rock Frost had San Francisco's quarterback. So those two players put him over. And, you would think, would it be San Francisco's quarterback that was going to put a team over in that type of championship? But it was.
Do you look at the end of season schedule for those fantasy playoffs at all? For a lot
of guys do. It takes a lot more involvement in trying to see what they think the big game is. It comes down to, is the last game of the season a really big point game or whatever, depending what the two teams are playing each other with or whatever. But a lot of the guys try to line their stuff up with some of the final night games because they think it's going to get a lot of big scores for them. I don't so much worry about that portion, and I don't really so much stop myself from picking a guy that has a bye week just because I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I'll figure that out. I mean, now I don't want a guy in a tournament they're all loaded in the Super Bowl around a bye week, but I don't necessarily let the bye weeks persuade me one way or the other either.
Okay. Jeremy, go ahead.
But that's just me. I like how Henry's been building his stuff. Let's see what Logan's doing.
I went a heavy running back to start. It kind of just fell that way.
Michael Wilson, Wan'Dale. Well, me being a Husker fan, I'm going to like your Wan'Dale Robinson.
I like him too. I think he's gaining a little more steam now. I think people are really not as high on him, but I think his ADP is going up a little bit now.
It'll be interesting to see that tight ends offense this year. They've added several wide receiver pieces. Parnell Tate also.
Yeah, and offensive coordinator, big upgrade, Brian Daboll there. So that's another intriguing factor for me as well. Fozzie's pick is up right now. We'll let him make his pick and then see what he does. You took the Texans defense. You go deep first team to take a defense.
It's a standalone league. just make sure that when it comes down to every week, I got a good defense. I've already got a few running backs, good receivers, all the positions are. I'll stamp that one out. Maybe look at a kicker in a few rounds if a good one's still there. But ultimately, now I know that I'm going to get some decent defensive points, and now I don't have to worry about it. And I'll start to place in a bunch of these lower guys that have high aspects to them that might have a chance at something big.
Yeah. All right, Fozzie, it is great to hear from you as always. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you being such a loyal user of our site, and it's always great to talk with you. Thanks so much.
See you guys.
See you, Fozzie.
Great guy. Fozzie Dog's a good one. Like I said, I don't think you're going to find a community like this around in many of these other places. It's pretty crazy. I remember Henry you were watching a draft, and you called Fozzie and had to remind. I guess he wasn't there or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, Henry, great to hear from you." and you're all excited. That's just awesome, though. It's awesome.
Leading into that, you know what else you're not going to find?
What's that?
Chat room like RTSports, because that is coming back this week.
Uh-oh. You are? It's coming back?
It's coming back in the football.
These guys will like that.
The chat room is back.
Wow.
It should be going live in the next couple days. So excited about that.
How about I bring up, let's see. I got all these people in here. I want to bring up the screen, see how I can do that. And then you can maybe talk about some of the features. Sure. Let's see. There it is. Hopefully people can see it all right. So maybe just talk about some of the new stuff that we've added on there, and maybe if people aren't familiar with it, let them know what's going on.
For sure. So this is our new draft room. It's a huge upgrade from our last one. There's so many more functions and different tools that this draft room has that our previous one did not have. If you look in the middle, you can just toggle between picks. You get the chat room there. You got rules, which is new, and then notes section. So if you like to take notes during the draft, you can kind of type in there about your draft plan. You got the draft board to the right of it, which is
Can I ask you a question? Because the notes, can you see them like after the draft is over with? Like,
yep, yeah, you can go back into the draft room and view all your notes from that draft. So you can kind
that's cool.
Put all your information in there with that. So that's a pretty cool new helpful tool with that.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest feature that we added in that our previous one did not. So if you go ahead and add a couple players into your queue.
All right.
So go ahead and just add some players into your queue with that. I guess you're in as commissioner.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be on my team.
I don't know if it'll do it for that. So I'll just walk through this because it does it as commissioner. So if you go ahead and add a couple players in there, you can then click on that import player listing. It's going to be above the players, right there, and it will automatically move those players to your top of your rankings on the left hand side. So you're going to see those players are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what a lot of people do is they add their own queue before the draft starts, and then you can import your own rankings to be on that left hand side, which the old draft did not do that.
I'm even learning stuff on here.
So that's our coolest tool with there.
I really like too, Logan, the feature over here on the player, like the player pool where it has and it tells you how many were drafted. Like I think that's super helpful too, especially if you're going through a draft. You want to know, should I take a tight end? I can see right here, 16 people have taken a tight end already. So
yes, really that is a very helpful tool as well. I also use it a lot with like kickers and defenses. I feel like, especially kind of where I am like right now. So like only one kicker has been taken off. So I know that's probably Aubrey. So that means all the other kickers should kind of be on the board with that.
Yep. Might pick it up right now. So
we're going back to back here, and then we'll dig into a couple more features there.
I think I'm going to take a backup tight end. I like Juwan Johnson. I'm all in. Henry, you're the same way. We're all in on the Saints offense, are we not?
Yes.
All in. Somebody took Tyler Shuck from me. I was going to take him as my second QB. Logan's pick is up now. Let's see who you have. Oh, you have Jake Ferguson. You waited on tight end. You waited till around 10, took Jake Ferguson. You really did put up on running backs and receivers to start your draft.
I'm just going a kicker. We're getting pretty thin.
Cameron Dicker the kicker. All right, let's talk about some more of these features. Anything else you want to point out?
Yeah. So you got all those features. Upper right-hand corner, you're going to have the option for light dark mode that you can switch between right there. I personally prefer dark mode.
I do too.
But there are a good amount of people that's going to have light mode with that. You got the sound on there, and then you got the settings tool. So if you hit on that, since you're in as commissioner, you're not going to see these full settings, but
Gotcha.
personal user, you're going to have auto draft preferences there. That's going to have a couple different tabs, notification settings there, and a bunch of different options there. And then also as commissioner, and then if you right above the players, that modify tool.
Yep.
So that is where you can go ahead and put in keepers, your draft order, undo picks, put in positional limits. So that position limits is tool right there, and keepers just makes it a lot easier.
Oh, that position! I didn't even know the position limits thing was there. Wow.
Yeah. So that is a very nice tool. So if you want your league to, like, all the teams to at least leave with a kicker and a defense, you can just turn that on to one, and that kind of forces all those teams to leave the draft with that. So that's a fun feature.
It is. But you're right. It's a cleaner look. I know it takes some getting used to. We realize that. Logan and I and everybody here at RealTime Fantasy Sports. No, nobody really likes change. They like the way it was. They're used to it. But we think we're really going to like all these features that we're rolling out here. So hopefully,
yes, yeah. And we just came out with these, so we are constantly upgrading all these features. We're taking in all the advice, all the feedback on it, and we will make sure that it is in perfect shape moving forward and best for all users with that. And that's kind of what we're doing with all of our pages right now. This is kind of just to get all these pages out, and then we're going to be going through and just tweaking all these pages just to make sure it's as great as it can be.
Exactly.
With those.
Exactly. Our picks are coming up here, Logan.
All right, let's go.
I wanted to take Cam Little, and somebody took him from me. I'm not a fan of that.
I went Naylor. Is he a wide receiver one?
He should be their number one, yeah. And I took Genty, so I'm going to go ahead and take Mike Washington just to play it safe there. I think he'll be the number two for Vegas. He may even play some even when he's not running back there. All right, so we hit on the draft board for everybody. The new draft board. So I'm going to go back. And anything else you want to add before I click off it, Logan?
No, that's the main gist of the new draft board with that. So yeah, lots of different features, and
yeah,
excited to keep. Oh, one more. If you click on a player, it shows our new player profiles.
Oh there. Yeah, I forgot about that. Those
are a little updated with that. You can toggle between their news, games, everything like that. So, that should be it, though.
Yeah, it is. It's super sharp. Great job, Logan. All your hard work on this, and everybody at RTSports. All right, let's go back to the board. We've had some picks go down here. Let's see. How do I change my screen? What do you guys think about this draft so far? Are you guys liking how your teams have turned out? Not happy? I'm
very happy with my team right now.
Very happy. I mean, Fozzie Dog was talking up, Henry. You got Jamar Chase. You did do well. You waited on a QB. Good build. Yeah, I don't love – I wish I would have taken – I really regret not trying to I should have got Javonte Williams with my third pick over – I'll let you have him, Logan. That's my one regret. If I would have done that, I would have been happy. We're flying, though. We're an hour and 5 minutes into it.
I know. I was just looking at the time. I'm like, this is a draft. I'm all for quick drafts.
I did make this an hour, a minute and 30 seconds, which is a little sooner than we normally do. It's two minutes, but I knew all the drafters in here, and I knew everybody was going to know what they were doing and ready to go. So, and I will say, if anybody's in here watching who's in the draft, you don't have to take a kicker or defense. You don't have to leave I know that's asked a lot. It may be being asked right now. I'm not in there looking at the chat. It probably is, but you don't need to take a kicker or defense. I probably will, but I know a lot of owners probably won't. What about you guys? Well, you already took
at least I already took him with that.
Henry, you got
I'm going to. So
Here's my reasoning behind that is that the first week of the season is so busy at RTSports that I do not have time. I'm on the phone and emails 24/7. So
that's no joke. That's no joke. Yeah, if you call RT Sports, you're probably going to talk to Logan. He'll help.
yes, and it will be very busy if it's a week before the season starts.
He has a lot of hats here at RealTime Fantasy Sports, providing content, marketing, helping the customers, rebuilding the website, fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
Man, Henry, your picks. So I'm just going to take a kicker and defense. I don't hate the way my team turned out, but again, I just wish I had better running back depth. That's my only complaint. I'm not a fan of having Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones and Keaton Mitchell and Mike Washington on my running back bench, but I guess I'll go with the receivers as my flex. It's okay. Henry, your picks up next.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dalton Kincaid, Mark Andrews, Chigakonkwu. In this league, it's not quite as deep as some of the other ones, so we're probably not going to take any real deep dives, chances on players later in the draft like we would in some other leagues. It's always fun, too, to see. I will say, too, I'm going to have to do that when it's over with. I'll have to bring up the analyzer because I think our analyzer that we do is super cool. Is it not, Logan?
Oh, yeah. That is also a new feature.
It is a new feature. Oh, Trey Harris. I like that pick. That's a good late round pick. I probably need to move him up the rankings a little bit. I think I have him too low.
I agree.
Although Pete V probably likes that because he just got him. Man. All right, we got a few picks left here. Defenses, kickers. Yeah, defenses don't score much in this. Kickers, they're not the best either. I think we get bonus points for longer kicks, if I'm not mistaken, though.
You're right on that.
Just a little. I should take the thicker kicker, Henry. What do you think? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll take Jake Bates. All right, Logan. It's on you, my friend.
All right. Go QB and a defense to close it off.
Malik Willis. I wish.
I almost just took him with my mine.
I love his rushing upside. It makes him intriguing, even if he could be Justin Fields when he was actually helpful to fantasy teams.
Yeah. I mean, he big scores.
He could. He just needs to learn how to throw the ball.
He showed it last year. It's more, can his receivers get open and catch the ball?
That's true, too. It's not a great situation.
He threw the ball well in that week 17 or 17 against Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
In that game where he started the love, he had a really good game throwing the ball. He showed some flashes. It's just, I don't trust any receiver he has in that offense unless you count Devon Achane as a receiver with how well he catches the ball.
Yep. Well, this has been fun, guys. It's been a great. I mean, it's always great talking to people as well when several people came through and talked to us. So it's good to hear from everybody. It's good to. This is kind of my official not best ball draft as well that I do every year. Also, we usually draft this usually a little sooner, but did a little later this year. We had so much stuff going on at RealTime Fantasy Sports. It's hard to.
Another thing to promote that's coming out soon is our new app. So that's exciting. So we're hoping in probably about the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Nice.
Our new app will be released. So the old one is going to. So if you really like the old format, it's not going anywhere. But that new version is going to come out, and it's going to be a lot more modern.
Nice.
So that'll be fun to get that going.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be good. Your picks up right now, Logan. Your last.
All right, we'll go Packers defense to close it out.
Packers defense. Man, I'm going to buy into the hype. Apparently, they played really well in their last scrimmage. I'm going with the Cowboys defense, as much as I don't like the Cowboys.
Add a lot.
All right. You guys get sniped at all? Anybody take any of your picks? Looking back at it, anybody get sniped with anything? Henry, you get anything that?
Let me go back and look at the draft board. I'm going to go up for a second. The Algier one, I almost took him instead of Kincaid, and I kind of just I think he may be on their way back, and then right away he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, not really.
I got sniped on the Travion Henderson pick. I wanted him in the 5th round, and because I thought that cliff was pretty bad after he was taken, so I was not a fan of Tommy Gunn taking Travion, and then I got Jameson Williams, so I did not like that. What about you, Logan? You get sniped by anybody?
Hampton in the 2nd round was the one that
okay.
sniped me, which it ended up being okay because I just loaded it up on running backs in the next 3 picks or next 3 rounds. But
yeah,
I would have loved Hampton coming back in that 2nd round.
Yeah, I'm a big Hampton guy too. If he's there or Barkley, I'm going Hampton. I know there's still Mike McDaniel's talking today about how he's going to play all 3 running backs. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I don't buy that either.
Sure they'll play all 3, but Hampton's clearly
he said things before that have been false too.
Yeah.
Shocking. All right. It is done. Let's click on RT Sports rating, and I'm going to share that page.
All right. Let's see it.
Let's see it. Okay. It's usually the kiss of death, right, guys? You get ranked first. Mm-hmm. Who's ranked first? Oh, I have to. Oh, there it is. I got a B. How do you look at the other teams, Logan? Is there a way?
Yeah, if you click on results, go scroll down.
Oh, I see it. There we go. Oh,
So I'm 2nd there. You got 5th.
There you go. I got 5th. Henry, you got last.
No, he's in 9th. I think there's a couple more.
Oh, my bad. There we go.
Who is the steal? Pacheco was considered the best ADP.
Who was mine? Jacoby? Yeah, I could have seen that.
So you can look at all of them as well. How's it?
Oh,
it shows that. Oh, just your team you look at. It tells you.
Correct. Your top ADP picks. Worst. So Mike Washington was your biggest reach.
If you look, this is what always plays out as well to me. Look how even it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's like that every year in this league. Every year it is even. It's crazy. Yeah, but that's our new little rating system, which is really cool.
Make it.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's a fun tool just to look at that. And then you can see your projected winnings across all your contests, which is really cool as well.
Yep.
With that.
All right, guys. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys joining me, knocking this out. Good draft.
Thanks for having us on. This is a great ADP tool for anyone that has
I agree. Yeah, and if you want to look at the draft board, I'm going to keep it up as well. It's rtsports.com/live. So you can bring that up too if you want to look at it and examine it a little better. So you can do that also, the board I was showing you. So you can check that.
And we'll get it on socials tomorrow as well with that.
Yeah, for sure. You can let us know who you think won the draft. You don't have to use our analyzer. You can tell us. All right. Logan, Henry, thanks again for joining me. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody out there for watching also. And thanks to all the great drafters and our top-rated players for taking part in this Champs League draft here at RealTime Fantasy Sports. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on, Jeff. Excited for another year.
Exactly. We're excited here at RealTime Fantasy Sports. We'll see you soon with another one of these great drafts. Go to rtsports.com and sign up for a league.